Hi, my name is Kevin Krenitsky, and I'm here to talk about a book I wrote called The Still Point. That's going to be released in March 1st. It's subtitled The Simplicity of Spiritual Enlightenment. And it's a book that really points us back to ourselves. It points us back to discovering our true nature. And throughout the heart of most spiritual and religious traditions throughout time, this perennial philosophy has really pointed humanity back to that aspect of them, which is the deepest aspect, their unchanging self, their self-aware being. And the reason that we look for this which we already are is because it is the only place where we can find lasting peace and lasting happiness. As a race, we have almost perpetually given our interest to the objects of experience, our thoughts, our feelings, our perceptions of the world. We live within those experiences, and we very rarely, and sometimes never, question what is it that knows those experiences? What aspect of us, what is the knowing aspect of us that is aware of or knows any or all experiences that we have? This is what we call self-recognition, which then eventually leads to the realization of what our true nature is. And it's here the only place that we can actually find peace and happiness. Unfortunately, we've become very attached to the idea that our feelings and our thoughts, as well as our body, are fundamentally what we are. And because our thoughts and feelings come and go all the time, how long does a thought last? 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Our identity with our thoughts, because they are limited, can lead us into states of anxiety, states of depression. Whereas the true nature, our true nature, the still point, which knows them, does not come and go and is ever present. And a recognition of that begins to lessen our identification with transient thoughts and transient feelings, and puts us very much into the place of peace, and a place where we can recognize that what we truly are doesn't change. The book is titled The Still Point, and it's important to note that throughout the ages, this has been called many, many things. Certainly consciousness or awareness or Holy Spirit, even God. But the still point is simply another word to reflect the unchangeable aspect of our being. And in general, the way that it can be summed up is the recognition that our being, the very being with which we know our experience, is peace and happiness itself, and our being is shared, meaning that we don't all have individual unique awarenesses or beings. It's a single shared being. There aren't 7 billion people on the planet with 7 billion unique awarenesses. There's one awareness, one being, and 7 billion minds that share that. And this brings us to the recognition of love, which is our shared being is the same at the deepest level. And for humanity to recognize this and to understand this is the only way that we can overcome the problems of the world, the problems of war, of famine, all of the problems that we've gotten ourselves into with the environment and with our fellow men.